Hello and welcome. Now, Imran Khan finds himself mired in a big controversy ahead of the elections in Pakistan. His comments on the feminist movement came under severe criticism. And adding to Imran Khan's woes is his ex-wife's book, which has already caused a lot of stir in the political corridors of Pakistan. Speaking exclusively to WION, Reham Khan is spilling the beans on her former husband and Pakistan's Tehreek-e-Insaf chairman, Imran Khan. She says the real motive behind writing the book was to share her extraordinary life with the world. Listen in.
Hello and welcome to WION. I'm Aisha Sindhu. She's been at the center of controversy over her new book and it hasn't even released yet. Her official website describes her as a journalist, an anchor and a fighter. And it seems like she has a fight on her hands, with a number of people up in arms about its contents. Joining me on WION today is the author herself, Reham Khan. Reham, thank you so much for making time to speak with us on WION. I want to start by asking you to tell us a little bit about your book as you see it. What was the driving force behind writing it?
Thank you, Aisha. Well, the driving force was to share my experiences, and I've lived a very extraordinary life, and I think many people will have had some unfortunate experiences or some very interesting experiences in their life, and so perhaps even you, maybe even to I hope not, but maybe some women watching today will be able to relate to one incident in my life. But in my life, I've had a lot of incidents and experiences crammed in. So it's I've seen extremes of everything, extremes of poverty, extremes of luxury, extremes of, an insight into a lot of interesting, shall we say, scenarios and circumstances. I've lived on 4 continents. So I think a lot of women globally can connect to the content of the book, but also men. I think if you're a parent, there's a lot in it for you, because I've raised 3 children on my own, and I now have taken on a bigger family because I'm a child rights activist. And not only women in the continents that I've lived in, but I think globally, but most importantly, I think women in India and women in Pakistan, certainly a lot of things will ring true. And so I've actually just, it's basically Reham Khan telling you where she went wrong, why she did what she did, why did she choose to have children, why she chose to marry the men she married, why she didn't marry the men that she didn't, and what she saw as a journalist, what it's like to be working as a television anchor. Right. It talks about sexual harassment, the hashtag #MeToo campaign that's now currently sort of, a buzz in media, and lots of incidents in my life which actually connect to that also. So there's a lot in the book. It's very difficult
what I'm
to
gathering
describe
from
in one
this
sentence.
is, I mean, you've touched upon a variety of subjects, and yet it seems like there's one person who has garnered all the attention in the lead up to the book's release, and that is your former husband, Imran Khan. He seems front and center of the firestorm that's been created over it, the book's contents as well. Has he tried to establish contact with you over the book? When was the last time you spoke with him?
I have never spoken to him after we divorced, and the only contact that he made directly with me was a year later on the same date that we got married. He sent me an email, but I never responded. So I have no contact, but he's not contacted me directly about the book, and his lawyers have not contacted me directly about the book or the content of the book either.
Okay, and Pakistan's former Chief Justice Iftikhar Chaudhry has also said, following revelations in the leaked version of your book, that Imran Khan doesn't deserve to hold office because of a purported love child that exists. Your comments on that? Would you like to say something?
I think it's because, you see, a lot has been written about that particular, shall we say, news or incident, or however you want to put it. And I have seen the comments of the former Chief Justice, and I think he's pointed out the constitutional requirements as well, because you see, this is a part of our constitution, and I didn't make the constitution. So people the parliamentarians who seek public office and want to be prime ministers should have thought of this before, because morality is the part of our constitution, and some of the bits about when you submit your forms in, you have to make declaration, and so this declaration includes all your assets, and of course children, wives, spouses, any connections have to be declared. So even in that context, I think that there is constitutional room where this can be argued in a court of law. What I think that the former Chief Justice was arguing was actually about taking responsibility. I think he didn't touch on the morality bit about it. I didn't actually listen to the whole interview, but he was talking about taking on responsibility and accepting responsibility of, maybe, I don't even want to call it a mistake, but of your actions, taking responsibility of your actions. That's, I think, what he was talking about, and I do agree with that.
And this, of course, the book, at least what's being talked about, it is a heady cocktail. It talks about politics, it talks about power. You bring up, of course, sexual harassment, sexual favors. We'll come to that in a bit. But can I ask you, why did you choose this time to publish the book ahead of the elections that are to take place in Pakistan?
Aisha, let's be clear that I've not chosen this time to publish the book. The book is not published yet. There is no publisher at the moment. There is no publishing date at the moment. However, it has been leaked, or alleged content of the book has been leaked by the PTI, by the party headed by my ex-husband. And so they have broadcast things which they say are in the book. They have given it this hype. They have given it this publicity. It's not been done by me or any member of the team here. And why they have done this, it's just basically because, I don't know, but whoever's made this strategy is really needs to be fired, for one. The date of or the possible date of publishing might have to be rushed now because of all of these pressures. You see, they're seeking to defame my my character and malign this book. They're trying to diffuse the content. I think that's the only logical explanation which they've gone on air to say. And so they're trying to take my book away from me, if you like. And so that has
actually... Right, you're saying that there was no intent to publish on your side before the elections. You're saying that too is part of a strategy by the PTI, and that even the portions that have leaked online are allegedly part of the book. Are you saying that they're not part of the book?
Well, you see, there is no book at the moment. A book is something which is in a published format. Have you seen a book? Has anyone seen a book? I mean, we've not given a book even for review purposes. We can't actually give a book to someone to say, well, I'm giving you a book, because there is no book. A book means something which is actually published, compiled, which has gone through proofreading, copy editing, legal reads, publishers sit on and discuss this thing. The jacket cover has to be decided. There's so many processes involved. I'm not saying that, I'm just saying that we've had to sort of, speed up our act, because we think that now we should be thinking very seriously about releasing the book as soon as possible. But I can't tell you today that would it be possible for us to release the book before the elections, because I don't know that it would be possible. However, I think that if I was ready to publish the book, and if the book was ready, I don't see this as I think this is perfectly in the public interest for the book to come out before elections. And I think now really they need to know what sort of fascist approach this party and the people have. I mean, anyone who disagrees with them, or anyone who writes about them which is not glorifying them, will be abused. They will use all these channels. All the media anchors sitting on prime time have taken liberty to abuse me, my daughters, my entire family. I mean, they've gone as far as my family who are not even connected to me, so not even my immediate family, but indirect and extended family. Why do they do this? I think it's because people who fear the truth have anything, and if the truth isn't something which paints them in a very glorified way, maybe that's what they fear. So if you have nothing to hide, then you should have nothing to fear. And their fear is very intriguing for people and should give a very good hint to the voters as well. And I think that makes it pertinent for the book to come out before the elections. However, I can't tell you. I mean, I cannot tell you that will it be ready in time or not, because that's the honest answer at this point in time.
All right. Going by the manuscript and the leaked version of that manuscript and reports coming out of it, it seems that one of the tropes of the book is that you say Imran Khan is not the right person to lead Pakistan. Can you tell us why you've come to that conclusion, if it is in fact within the manuscript of your book?
I don't think that I've ever said in the book the line that you've just repeated, that he's not the right. That's not for me to decide. I'm a democratic person, and people have the right to vote, and people have the right to be aware and informed. And I think that in Pakistan, well, maybe anywhere in the world, for example, in Brexit in the UK, I think people did not really know what they were going in to vote for. They didn't know what the repercussions would be. And that's part of how the propaganda machinery plays out. And I always give my own example, that I voted for the PTI, for Imran in 2013 elections, like many overseas Pakistanis, because I was ill-informed. And of course, I am better informed than other people, considering that I'm a journalist. I come from a certain privileged background. I've read quite a lot of books, but even I did not have the information that I have now. So I think it's not for me to decide who is the best person to lead Pakistan. I think that my opinion is this at the moment, that the way they've handled this book as well, if there's a threat of a book and you're actually running around like headless chickens and you have no plan. In fact, your strategy has backfired by making it the biggest book coming out of Pakistan. You have to really seriously think about what are the processes, or do they have any thought processes at all when they're devising strategy. So if they can't handle a book that they're so scared of, they're actually making it much bigger. What are they going to do when they have the nuclear button in front of them? That makes me very nervous. I mean, if this is the sort of instability we're looking at collectively, and also obviously clearly from the top tier leadership, that should make any Pakistani very nervous about, are they capable enough to make a good decision? Are they capable enough to cope under pressure?
Right.
If they crack under pressure, that's enough evidence. I don't think you need my book to tell you that they are incompetent.
Okay, and speaking about the PTI, it seems that sexual coercion and sexual favors is something that has come up in your book. You say that this is rampant in the PTI, in the party specifically, or in Pakistani politics at large. If you could clarify that for us.
I think it's rampant not only in Pakistani politics, but in other areas also. And so the banking sector, for example, other areas, other industries as well, the legal sector as well. Girls tell me, because you see, I'm a women's rights activist, and I've helped a lot of people personally over the years. And it's the same in England also, in the UK and in the US, but there are some laws here, and they're independent bodies. They're ombudsmen, private independent ombudsmen, where you can report this sort of thing. I have more knowledge about politics. I have more knowledge about television and radio and the film industry. Not so much about the film industry, but more so about TV anchors, television channels, and how the media works. And I have a lot of knowledge about politics because I was a political journalist and I'm a political analyst. And of course, I have more inside info about one political party. Because unfortunately, unfortunately, I was only married to, one politician, and fortunately, I have not been married or have inside info of any other political party. So, of course, I will have more inside info into the PTI. Hopefully, other parties and people. This will give strength to women or people, men and women, who can talk about sexual favors and sexual coercion, sexual harassment, and how difficult it is to make it in the field of politics or in the field of media if you do not. If you do not play the game. Right. So I have more info about the PTI. Right. I have more info.
Insight into the PTI and, of course, your former husband, Imran Khan. How would you describe his relationship with the military in Pakistan?
Well, I mean, the relationship with the military has been spoken about in in jokes and memes for years. And I was was very nervous about at the time when I was married to him also. I don't appreciate, you see, a leader should always make up his own mind. A leader should lead. That's why he's called leader. A leader who takes directions from right, left, center will never be able to lead. And that's not how courage is defined. Leadership and courage and vision are interconnected. So I had those concerns, and that's what sort of brought us together as well, those concerns. Now, actually, it's all out in the open. In Pakistan, there is this naked desire to please everything that is connected to the military is not something which is hidden anymore. And I think that's not the right policy. I don't think that perhaps it's not even mutual. But it certainly seems that the PTI seems to be doing anything and everything which they think will please the military establishment. And there has been political engineering. Everybody's aware of this. There's been a lot of a blatant violation of the principles of journalism. There has been suppression of voices who seek to criticize, and anyone who writes against the military or the establishment. There have been some very disturbing, I'm not sure why they're doing this, there is no need for this. But certainly with the PTI, anyone that writes against the PTI, anyone that writes against Imran or does a television program against them, and with this book as well, is quite obvious the approach to it. And this is not appropriate for totally anti-democratic. Criticism and dissent is everyone's right. And the beginning of this year, up until now, it's very depressing to see national newspapers like the Dawn, the English daily in Pakistan. It's a tradition in Pakistan. It's connected with the founder, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and for them to be, their circulation to be stopped or the articles to be pulled out, it's very disturbing. It's a sad demise for anyone who believes in democracy, democratic principles of freedom of speech. And so this is actually much worse than the times of the years of Zia, because we had far more freedoms, I think, to write and to speak. So it's a real shame to see journalism being compromised in Pakistan, and factual journalism being quashed in Pakistan. And also what's disturbing is that the world doesn't know about it.
Okay, can I ask you though, would it be fair to describe your assessment of Imran Khan's relationship with religion as disingenuous? What exactly do you feel about his purported support of Islamist organizations in Pakistan?
You see, this is, again, I mean, I think that it's, again, everyone is saying what I'm saying today, that this sort of trend that he's promoting and this kind of image that he's promoting is not his belief. It's because that is a way of picking up votes in Pakistan. And that's a very disturbing thing, to be causing divide in Pakistan and to be promoting an image that is extremist. You see, some of the images that we've seen in the last couple of days they do not even have a place in, according to Sharia. This is an extreme form, and this is just to appease and to please and to pick up right-wing voters. Not only the voters, it's actually a lobby. So a lot of things that we've seen, this is not the Pakistan of 2018. This is not what I see on a daily basis. I meet very nice, tolerant people. The 21 crores of our population, they're not extremists. I belong to the Pashtun region. We are not extremists. We are not unreasonable, intolerant people. We have nothing against other religions. We have no sectarian, discriminatory attitudes as human beings and as people.
Right.
But the people who are leading us are trying to divide and trying to promote and project an image of Pakistan which is in the dark ages. I mean, some of the things that we've seen, for example, the Madrasa Haqqaniya was given 57 crores Pakistani rupees in December 2017. At the same time, in the same month, we had 42 schools shut down in Kohistan because the same government Imran's government in KP said they had no money. So if they had no money for 42 government schools, 39 of them women's schools, girls' schools, where did they get this money? About 57 crores for Madrasa Haqqaniya, which is obviously everybody knows what the Madrasa Haqqaniya is. This is because this is a political move. This has nothing to do with Islam. This has nothing to do with Imran believing in Islam. This is to do with the vote and the lobby that he wants the support of. Also, just in the last week, we've seen Maulana Samiul Haq, who heads this madrasa, his son being awarded a ticket in Nowshera, which is actually the center of PTI at the moment.
Right.
So did they not have any ideological Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf supporter? A young lad who has given his life to PTI, did he not deserve this candidacy and this ticket? Why was this given to a new entrant, to a coalition partner? See, you see, this is what is, when you use religion for politics, for achieving an end, and then portraying an image which is not even actually pure Islam.
Well, but I mean, I'm sorry,
but I will get into trouble for saying this, but the way the videos and the pictures that we've seen in the last week or so, the way he's been shown performing Umrah, actually, that is not the way Sharia would tell you to perform Umrah.
Well, that is an allegation also that is leveled against many Pakistani politicians. I apologize for cutting you off. We've completely run out of time, Reham. But I appreciate you joining us on the broadcast and, of course, sharing your perspective with us about the book. We wish you best of luck and hope to get to read it soon enough. In the meantime, though, thanks for taking our time to speak with us. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Aisha.